The Rio Mamoré River, here in the region close to Trinidad, it defines life. It is over 1,500 kilometers long and many villages on this river can only be reached by boat. The situation becomes critical when the water rises beyond the shore, as it did last year in March.
Sembramos plátano, arroz, yuca.
We were growing rice, bananas and yucca, but the flooding took everything away from us last year. Now we are living on the street. We lost everything.
Todo hemos perdido.
In Puerto Carrera, several families have lost all their belongings and land in the floods. Now the elderly and women remain in the village, while the men have to work as agricultural laborers. And now, after the floods, the next threats are dengue and flu epidemics. They affect mainly the children. Here, this is my youngest one. He has a fever as well. Even at higher locations in Puerto Carrera, where the water does not arrive, people have to fight the consequences of the floods, explains the farmer Juan López Garcia. Drought causes many problems to us. It already starts in October now. Before it was only before the yearly flooding, so we cannot grow beans or watermelons anymore. Everything with us. A bit of corn and rice are the only things Juan López Garcia and his family still harvest. It is often the only food his wife Esmeralda can cook for the family of 5. In addition to that, the amount of food harvested is dropping due to the floods. Insects are proliferating rapidly because of the heavy rains before the flooding. They attack the plants and eat everything, so there is nothing left for us to harvest. Another problem is that the quantity of nutrients is very low in the former jungle soil. In another 2 or 3 years, Juan López Garcia will have to stop another part of the forest so that the family can live off of it. That is exactly where Caritas comes in with preventive measures, says the local Caritas director Gustavo Paja. We want to take preventive action. Before, we provided mainly humanitarian aid, distributed food and seeds, so that the people could cultivate something again. But we cannot do that every year. That's why we have to take preventive action. Where do we have to sow, for example, in higher locations? How can we benefit from local experiences to prevent new damage? What indicators can we use to know whether the rains will be heavy this year?
Todo ese tipo de trabajo.